Okay, so this is going to be my review of Constantine Episode 8, so let's get right into it. This episode was pretty good, and it really left off on a very cliffhanger moment, and I kind of feel like that... I feel like the ending of this episode would have been a lot more impactful if they didn't show us what exactly was going to happen in the previews for the following episode, because I was like, really? Now you just kind of killed the suspense there. You really did. But on the other hand... It showed us what was going to happen, but it didn't show us how it was going to end. So, give or take. I don't know. Anyway, so this episode is more about John Constantine's life in the past, and we meet another person who was at the Newcastle blunder, who was at the, pretty much the screw-up at what happened in Newcastle. Anna Marie. And Anna Marie is another character that, if I remember right, she was in the comics as well. She was in the Hellblazer comics. Ex-girlfriend of John Constantine, and also his girlfriend, and also the person who introduced him into the occult. And I really like her character. I really do like her character. She's this very, she's not really confident, she's more afraid than anything, and she's more, she's trying to use her faith to help her through these times, because she is still haunted by what happened at Newcastle, like everyone else who was part of that damn thing. So anyway, we also get a bit more on Zed. Now, Zed's whole story... I'm really interested in where they're going with Zed, because now we're finally getting some answers. And apparently she was part of a religious cult, and it doesn't look too good for her. It really does not look too good for her on her end. It's let's just say it's not going to go well for her, and in no way is it going to go well for Zed. But I do like where we're finally getting some answers after just being tantalized for about, 7 episodes. And now we're finally getting some answers of why she's on the run and why she doesn't like talking about herself. And also, the thing about Mary. Her real name is Mary, supposedly. And among other things, Constantine and, John in here is so good. I mean, seriously, I cannot stop talking about Matt Ryan as John Constantine. I think he's just fantastic. I think he is probably the best thing in every episode. It's kind of like watching Peter Capaldi as the Doctor, where even though, there were some episodes in, the Capaldi run, the first, Capaldi's first season, where I was like, I don't know, but then I can walk away going, Capaldi really showed that he can be an awesome Doctor. It's kind of like the same thing in here, where there have been some real kind of weak episodes in the series of Constantine, but they're not really bad, just kind of weak. In this one, it was just like, this was really good, and it really shows Matt Ryan as the guy who's willing, as the guy who's got nothing to lose, and he's got nothing to lose, but at the same time, he's trying to do right, and I really like that. We don't get any sign of Manny as well in this episode. We don't get any sign of him, probably because he's still getting punished for killing that renegade angel in the previous episode. So I'm kind of curious when he's coming back. I am kind of curious to see him come back. Anyway, among other things, let's talk about the monster in this episode. Let's talk about the monster. The monster in here is actually a very powerful demon, and it actually has more biblical ties to it. Of this creature called La Mancha, which is one of Eve's younger sister. For those who don't know, let me give you some information on what exactly she is, and the whole tie into Adam and Eve. You see, Eve was not the first person that God created for Adam. The first woman that God created for Adam. She had several. Before that, there was Lilith and all of her other brood, but they didn't really want to be tied down to Adam, and they got a better deal working for the devil. Thus, they became some of the first succubus, vampires, and female demons in hell. So in here, we're dealing with Eve's youngest sister. And yeah, she's supposed to be like one of the first vampires. She's supposed to be like the prototype to to a vampire, to what vampires become, and she's disguising herself as this nun, excuse me. And it's kind of funny because the moment you first see her, it's like, yep, that's the monster right there. When you first see her in your human form, trying to be all nice and stuff, you're really just like, well, there's the monster right there. No denying that. So it's really not an oh my god moment when you find out, oh, it's that one nun. Okay. Anyway, but the interesting thing is that she's really being controlled by someone else, a group of powerful Chilean warlocks that were so evil. Even hell said, no, we're occupied. We're full. That's great. Get out. A group of warlocks, and I like how it's all tied to this little family who, the family's really in the background, and they do bring up, her family, their family is being haunted by these warlocks because they're great. Someone in their family was one of them, and they kind of want their revenge, and they're using this demon to get it. But it's more like they're in the background of it, and it is focused mostly on John and Anna Marie's past relationship and how they're both trying to fix it in their own way, and John's still trying to do the right thing because he no matter what else, even though he doesn't really show it, he clearly does care about these kids. He is trying to be, he is trying to defend everyone, and he does even say, innocence must be protected no matter what. That's cool for John. No matter what, I'm getting these kids back, and not even this demon's gonna, not even Eve's evil sister is gonna stop me. That's what I like. That I like how that's all kind of done for John. And again, I cannot say anything bad about Matt Ryan as John Constantine because he is John Constantine. He is so good as that character. Again, he not only looks but also acts everything. Like, again, I've said it once and I'll say it again. He looks like he walked right out of the comics when he showed up. When he was cast and we got that first set picture of him as Constantine. I was literally like, yeah, he looks like he walked right out of the Hellblazer comics. But anyway, among other things, this really, I'll just talk about the ending right now. So they run into a demon that is supposed to have been like this high-level demon that was wiped out when God flooded the earth in Noah's Ark. And, they run into this demon that's been brought about by the rising darkness, and Anna Marie takes the children, shoots John in the stomach, and leaves him behind for, the demon to prey on. And yeah, this is where the previews kind of spoil it, because we find out in the previews that John traps this very powerful demon inside of him, and now they got to exorcise it out of him. Yeah. Kind of wish they just kind of left it ambiguous, but then again, I'm really interested to see how they're going to do this without the professional exorcist that even he said, that thing's pretty unstoppable. It's like a juggernaut of demons. Anyway, all in all, another really good episode. Some people have been saying that it got renewed. I don't know if that's true or not, but I really do hope it was renewed for more episodes, because again, I feel like this is a travesty that such a show this good was cut down, and yeah. Anyway, so once again, hope you all enjoyed this, and you guys tell me what did you guys think of this episode, and hope you all enjoyed this review on a whole, and I will see you all later.